So it's me again. And so I've noticed that I've got uglier the last few days. And it has happened. It's been like this my whole entire life. This isn't like a new thing for me. I never understood why. But I think I'm starting to believe that we died in the 80s and 90s. That's just my thought. But we have to make it realistic. So I'm gonna say it's spy balloons, that saved us or killed us. Whatever. I don't know. And so I don't know if I'm on a contract, a prenup, a lifeline, objective in life, because there's sometimes people are born and they're like, I have a purpose in life, kind of thing like that. I don't know if it's that. No clue, but I ate wheat, gluten, and I can feel it, and so I wouldn't be surprised in the next few days I'm gonna get extremely moody and mean, but I kind of feel the grossness in me. And so whatever thing I'm on, apparently gluten affects me now. I don't know how long. I don't know if it's gonna be long term or short term. I don't know, but I just know right now it affects me. Don't know. And so I'm sitting here, and I was gonna make a video. So Donald Trump got voted into office, and I'm just like, oh no, it's gonna be a rough 4 years for me. And I'm just like, I knew that before he got voted in office, and I'm just like, I kind of need to hide. I just need to go cognito for a while. Just because the government is out to destroy certain people in life, and they do it intentionally. And so I was like, and so but last fall, I'm just like, well, if a company loves me enough, they will fight to keep me or fight to have me, one or another. And so one thing about Ross, I made videos about Ross. My other videos rocked it, but my other videos did not. And I'm just like, why is that? So that's one of the cues of how if it's a good company or a bad company. Typically good companies don't compress individuals down to say I did, kind of thing like that. But when I first started, and then the thing is, I started talking about relationships because when I've been looking for a relationship for 3-4 years now, and that's the reason why I went out by myself many a times, hoping that there's people who really do like me and has the confidence or the willpower of being okay with being rejected in life. And people don't come and visit me. They don't care. Those people who come and visit me but they just want to be friends, but they don't want anything more than that. And they flip it and make me sound like I'm disgusting. It's whatever. And, I'm 32 years old. I can be more attractive. But at the same time, I can be less attractive. Just saying. And so, that's how I know I don't have a soulmate. That's how I know I don't have anybody. I'm sure I'll find people in my life, but I know there's nobody that be head over heels for me, kind of thing like that. And that's okay. When I was born, we're gonna go over my childhood depression. I knew it was a mistake, and I knew that one of my goals in a child is to buy a house. And if I was lucky enough to find somebody that want to buy a house with me, I knew there was nobody that was I was supposed to be with. The white picket fence dream is not my thing. And I never wanted kids. The only time I ever wanted kids was, when the guy was really adamant on doing it, and they blackmailed into me, and I'm just I act like a victim, and I'm just oh no, I don't want to lose this love of my life, you know how that is, those guys are not okay. They need to learn how to leave you alone. It's just debt. All they care about is putting the other person in debt, so it's really, they don't care about you if that's what they're shoving down your throat. And on, oh, if you love me, you know, you would give me cans. No, that's not love. And so, um, so I spent like so I got a job, you know, and I'm just like, well, if the job loves me enough, they will find me or they will hire me. You know, I try to start my own business and people just want to use me. And I'm just like, there's so many people who are like disabled and handicapped and stuff. Like, employ them. Like, I know what you're trying to do. You want to like find an illegal union company, employ them. They need jobs. They would love to sit there and think all day long. That's really what it is. But like those people, like the people, like there was like one time I was doing a delivery and then he is disabled, and he was like fighting with his like something, you know. He's like, I seriously work, you know, and I'm just like, he really does. He really, really does. But then I'm just like, that other dude works for a company too, and he seriously works too. And I don't know if he like seriously works more than the other person, but like, so at the same time, like this individual who lives off like SSI or Social Security or welfare and stuff, he really doesn't work compared to the other individual. Just saying. You know, sometimes being a stay-home individual is really just a stay-home individual. Just saying. You know, and but they have to also be able to pay their bills, you know, kind of thing like that. But I understand it's confidence or self-esteem and stuff like that. You know, I have struggled with self-esteem and confidence in the last couple of years, you know. I've always struggled with self-esteem. That was something, like, public speaking isn't my issue, it's self-esteem. I try to put a smile on my face and act like it doesn't bother me, but it really does bother me. Like, I know who I am, and I'm not a annual student. And so my thing is relationships. So I was like, last fall, I was like, if I find a company, you know, I was like, a company is gonna fight to keep me, you know. And a couple months into it, you know, there's with the playground policy aspect of things, you know. The thing is, playground policy isn't real. Like, it's not real. You know, it's like somebody's like announcing, it's like, I have a crush. That's all it is. Nothing more. You know, you may have watched a video of like them, you know, whatever. But that's all it is a video. It's not real, on real action. You know, and so if you want to be delusional, by all means, be a delusional. Trust me, I went through this little like thing with my doctor or my hospital or my healthcare provider, you know, of what STDs are. Trust me. If you want to watch a video of AI on whatever, it's not real, people. Just remember that. If you get STDs over like one night of a dream that you had, maybe double check your doors. Just saying. And make sure you're not sleepwalking. Too. Sleepwalking is a huge issue. Last night, my shoe got turned on my door. And I'm just like, did I leave my apartment? Well, I'm a woman, and it's the time of the month, so I'm not too worried. I might have to get tested in the next couple months. More medical bills that I have to pay for. It's not my health care, it's my medical bills. I might have to pay for that to get tested once again because, you know, my shoe got turned in front of my doors. Because it is what it is. You know? Because, you know, when I do find somebody, I want to be honest with them. And how do you be honest if you don't get yourself tested regularly? That's just my opinion. But so my thing is, so I was like working at this place and I was like, if they really want me, they will fight to keep me, you know. In like a month or 2 months into it, you know, they put ownership over me, even though like I wasn't really owned. They're like, she is mine, you know, kind of thing like that. And it was fantastic because I didn't like all the stress of like me not being good enough for a company just went away. It was fantastic until I found out that they just called me seasonal the whole entire time. And I was like, I wasn't hired seasonal. I got hired full time. And he gave me part-time hours. And then I had to fight my schedule every single day. But it was nice knowing that. But just remember that if a company really wants you, they will fight to have you. And if your complaints are, if they like you enough, they will listen to your complaints and they will act on them. Remember that. If you complain about money, they will find a way to give you money, and not in the most complicated way. They won't figure out how to make you sue them. They will figure out how to give you hours, or figure out how to give you money and keep you employed. If a company really likes you and value you as an employee, remember, we are worth something, people.